Hey everybody, it is Justin, your guide into the other side and NFTs, and we're going to be talking about NFT season if we ever get one. And we have to contextualize this first. Okay, pause. This is not financial advice. We're only going to take a look at prior market trends as well as how alt seasons have played out. We'll take a look at some data. We'll take a look at the macro as well as like the Bitcoin ETF and the November elections. So again, do your own research. Very careful, guys. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I an expert. So just want to get that out of the way. But with that, let's just get started. So I really like the Twitter user Secrets of Crypto because they have a lot of context and data on how money flows around the markets. So we'll talk about NFTs in just a moment. But just to preface, we are down a lot over the past 30 days. We're just bleeding, unfortunately. But where do NFTs fit inside of the alt season phases? And we'll break it down. So alt season is a function of the market due to new participants flooding into crypto. New participants, right? Around the same time, just because people are trying to, buy meme coins or altcoins. Literally everything that's happening right now. It's just so crazy. I can't keep up with everything. But this is usually triggered by the Bitcoin mining supply halving every 4 years, which causes a surge in price or a sudden loss of faith in centralized fiat currencies. And that kind of refers to the macro, whether that's, liquidity in the SPY, the QQQ, like the tech aspect of the stock market. And then the duration of the phases are parabolic in nature, meaning phase 1 takes the longest and phase 4 goes the fastest. So phases overlap and can temporarily reverse before continuing. We're seeing I think we're seeing like a 20% dump right now across some. Well, we'll take a look at that in just a second on the charts. But we always end up at the mania of alt season, right? It's like there are multiple alt seasons per crypto bull cycle of varying degrees, right? That kind of goes into the themes of each cycle, right? There's the Bitcoin ETF, happening right now. There's Bitcoin ordinals, there's Solana altcoins, there's Solana itself, there's Solana NFTs. Again, okay, NFTs are kind of different because they're just all getting wrecked right now. But the biggest one being after the end of the Bitcoin bull run, where the largest number of participants enter the market, right? So if we take a look at phase 1, right, I would say we're kind of past phase 1 right now. Bitcoin's just probably going to grind higher, but I don't know that for sure. A flow of money flow moves into Bitcoin, causing price surges. And we take a look at the Bitcoin chart right now. We're literally at all-time highs. But the main differentiator is that we're pumping before the halvening, right? The halvening is in like April, which is in about a month or so. But in prior cycles, they've pumped after the halvening. I should probably have put some lines to denote that, but just trust me. Bitcoin is literally at its all-time highs right now. We're seeing about like 63K. I mean, the all-time high was like, 69. I mean, it briefly went to like 73, but I mean, we are still above it. So we'll just have to see. So, I mean, in terms of phase 1, flow of money moving to Bitcoin, ETFs and stuff like that. We have the November elections happening, a couple months out. So, I mean, kind of makes sense, right? That's kind of the flow of money from the macro end of things, right? So as the money flows, we have a phase overlap. Money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. We have yet to see this yet. I think Ethereum, we're not at all-time highs yet for Ethereum. We're still at like 3,200. I think the peak for Ethereum is sitting about like 4.8K. So, I mean, it's still about like 50% off the top. So, and then, who knows if we, how much higher we go if we go above all-time highs, but we're not at all-time highs for Ethereum yet. So, phase 2, Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flippening. I don't think we've seen that yet. I think we're hearing more talks of Solana flipping Ethereum rather than Ethereum flipping Bitcoin, especially since Bitcoin has like the Bitcoin ETF, having its narrative right now. Maybe the Ethereum ETF narrative emerges at some point, but we'll just have to see how things go with, ETH gas. I know that's a relatively painful thing as well. But we're seeing a lot of the layer 2s and stuff like that emerge as well. But the money flow as we move from phase 2 Ethereum and, maybe Solana, there's that overlap where money is flowing into large caps where we see large buy-ups happening. I don't know if we're necessarily there here yet. And I would say NFTs kind of function as like phase 4. So I don't know if we're even at phase 2 or phase 3 yet, but we are seeing like the first vestiges of alt season, especially with like Bitcoin ordinals on Magic Eden. We're seeing like if I pull over to the ordinal collections, we're kind of seeing the emergence of like Bitcoin puppets, the runes and quantum cats and node monkeys and all that stuff. We're seeing a lot of new things come into the market, and that's kind of contextualized here. So if we move over to phase 3, right, Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin, and large caps are going parabolic as the money flows over, regardless of market cap. Some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having pumps. As we move into like phase 4 alt season, I feel like that comes after, once we make some new all-time highs on the large caps, like, Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, all the other coins. We'll probably have to see that, but we have yet to see that. So I don't know if we're there yet. So in phase 4, large caps have gone full vertical, and we're seeing blow off tops. Mid caps, low caps, micro caps all tend to pump around the same time, and large caps have been largely outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it seems like every coin is going parabolic regardless of fundamentals. Meme coins are everywhere, and everyone is super excited, and you feel mania in the air. So again, it's very difficult to like judge that sentiment because there are multiple alt seasons in the crypto cycle, right? They all overlap. There are all different metas happening at the same time. I don't know if my camera is like having a freak out session. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know if we're there yet, right? We are seeing, like, if I pull up the Solana chart, like we're like, okay, it's still like 50%. So in terms of scale, it's like 50% from its all-time high, just like Ethereum, but Solana is like a smaller market cap than Ethereum, so it could possibly go higher. So that's why we're seeing a lot of liquidity move over from, Ethereum to Solana, because the trading fees on Solana are just not like $100. it's a couple cents to do trading. It's pretty frictionless. So there's an impetus, there's a big narrative along Solana in its ecosystem with its coins, its NFTs, its projects and stuff like that. That's why we're seeing a big rise in those coins as well. So where do NFTs fit in this cycle, and how are NFTs performing right now? So you probably already know the answer. Even so, Solana NFTs aren't doing that great over the past 30 days. We had like a minus 50 to 60% across the top collections. Ethereum isn't doing any better. Big collections, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Pudgy Penguins, Mutants, CryptoPunks are doing pretty well. They're sitting at like minus 10%. Miladies, I don't know what's going on Miladies right now. I think something got drained over there, so we're gonna just not look at this as an outlier. But the macro, from a top-down view, most NFTs aren't doing that great in terms of Ethereum. In terms of USD, it's a little bit different. They're kind of just slowly bleeding or holding their floors. We'll take a look at the Otherside NFTs in just a moment, but we're sitting at like 12.85 ETH for Bored Ape Yacht Club, 10.5 for Pudgies, around 2.2 for Mutants. Little Pudgies are under 1 ETH now. Azukis are, sitting at about 3. DGods at 1.4. Azukis have 3.7, correction. But yeah, NFTs, I would say that's probably way, way out. We would have to see the narrative form first, right? We need to see the games. We need to see the products. We need to see all those things first, to have more new people want to buy them truly. Price is a function of supply and demand. So if there's not really any demand, then, we're just going to kind of sit where we're at. And again, a lot of the floors are denominated by, a lot of the algo trades, algo pool traders, where they reprice just keep in mind, like, as the price of Ethereum goes higher, we're going to see the floor price adjust accordingly. So a really good place, especially if you have a lot of NFTs in Otherside, is the Otherside wiki, right? I would say there is a chart. Let me just pull it up so you can just follow my directions here. It's easier if you go to the Analytics tab and click on Charts. And this will kind of show you the chart floor price initially, but you can kind of use the filters however you like, whether that's resources, artifacts, location, or Kodas. And we'll take a look at specifically deeds themselves first, right? So of the deeds, if we take a look at general and we take a look at the floor, it's not really going to change because that's the default. We're seeing about 0.11 Ethereum, which is the lowest we've ever been, ever, like in the history of Otherside NFTs. And just keep in mind, there's a certain point where it drops off because I think the OG deeds went expanded and that decoupled. But anyways, regardless of that, we're seeing about 0.11 in terms of floor price. If you want to see this in US dollar, you can toggle that by clicking this button next to the search bar, and it will readjust the chart to show you what the deeds are in terms of US dollars. So we are. This is actually not. I don't think this. We've been here once before. If I actually scroll down a little bit, we can see that the floor price for deeds are seen about $370 or $369. The lowest we've ever been is around like $350 back in September of 2023. So September, October, we saw it like stabilize here. We're touching it again at about 370. So we'll have to wait and see. But again, we're at the lowest it's ever been. But how does what else do we have here? We have Kodas as well. So personally, I've been eyeing a lot of Kodas just personally because I do like the Kodas. But again, we are at the lowest we've ever been thus far, except for back in October. We're seeing about $4,000 per Koda. If we swap back to the ETH chart, we are seeing about 1.25. From being really high from prior. So if you are looking at a Koda, things are, the lowest it's ever been. But just keep in mind, trend is your friend. We do not know where we are in the phases. I would say maybe we're around phase 2. But, in order for people to, move into phase 3 and phase 4 to see those large caps or alt seasons or even NFT season, we're just going to have to see, that marketing push for new participants, right? And that is in the form of marketing. That's in the form of, new updates and project and games and stuff like that. So we'll have to keep an eye on the market trends as well as, stuff that pops up on the timeline. But again, things are a lot. Sentiment is very hard to distinguish because everything's happening all at the same time. So again, charts are very useful, especially if you are looking for specific pricing on anything that you probably want to, pick up or take a look at. So again, I would use that at your discretion. Do your own research. We're just taking a look at NFTs. So personally, I've been looking at Kodas. That's in my striking distance now, but we'll just have to see over time. But outside of that, that's just all I got. Not too much of a fun video, and I don't really like talking about prices that much. Again, not financial advice. I just wanted to give some context into where we are in the path to alt season or, of course, NFT season. So we have yet to get there. We're not there yet. I would say we'll have to see whether we get a red month or not. Yeah, we're just going to have to see. Bitcoin, just to recap, Bitcoin halving is in April. So that is next month. And then we also have how many more months until the November elections? We have about 214 days, or about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months before the November elections for the USA. So we'll just have to see how that impacts the market. Keep an eye on the macro, but just keep this in mind. And again, you can check out Secrets of Crypto, on the Twitter handle here. So that's all I got for today. Just wanted to give some market context and just kind of keep things up to date. But you guys know where to find me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.